Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the three of us.
And she's been handling it alone all along. The Qixing secretary clearly is—
Huh? You're...
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries. No—
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, Traveler? It has been several days since Ganyu left for Joyun Karst. She's the General Secretary of the Liyue Qixing. We've only taken over her responsibilities until—
even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they still want to pay their respects to the Illuminated Ones. They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Joyun Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame—
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying there is still so much to do. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right? Why do you look so upset?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Speaking of Joyun Karst, Traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course! We've been there lots of times!
That's good news. Could you go to Joyun Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload. We're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting Cloud Retainer's abode. You might as well start looking for her there.
It's about time she came back to work. Otherwise...
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
So Ganyu left to visit Cloud Retainer. Doesn't she live in Mel Outsong? We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there. standing over there. That's Ganyu! We finally found her!
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Ganyu! Here you are!
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private of— I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yua High Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back!
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant when the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue. I knew it was only a matter of time. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Qixing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well. I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind.
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry.
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. A matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were— when one was still taking care of her. One was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewhere.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball. The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your— one cannot help but feel that remaining in Juyun Karst shall not— one will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Juyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Juyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Juyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Juyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end.
She should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong right now, preparing for—
Huh, is that so?
This trial will test her even so. One hopes that it shall trouble her.
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here? Is that so? You really are— This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin.
The tides beckon.
on the agenda? Born of Ice. We've completed the task. What do you think? I agree. You possess many qualities similar to those of Adepti.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once you...
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Huh. So it's Xiao. That cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is he's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Of course we are! Let's go!
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer. I
don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes.
The trial's begun! Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
Access denied. Next on the... Shine down! No touching!
Settle down.
This is long overdue. Born of ice and frost. Access denied.
Everybody stand back!
Born of ice and frost. No touching.
Time for retribution!
All hail.
Vision shattered! Torn to oblivion! There is no escape! Born of ice and frost!
Verdict is...
Let's light it up!
Blaze over!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Be sanctified. Bow your head.
Shine down!
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
Have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao can't deal with?
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon... Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say—
Perfect! I didn't come in vain then, although you sound a bit half-hearted. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through— It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships. But a person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like a— You sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Ugh, how dare you reprove me?
He might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for Ganyu after—
Enough! Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not, you're useless.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said— I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training, but being questioned by him made me realize that I— But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true! Just believe us!
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. If I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once again.
It's a step in the right direction.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu! We're almost there!
I suppose you have a point.
That's right! Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. Let's go for a walk in the...
Happy to come with.
Your concerns are excessive and
To be quite honest, in what... I have to be careful, yes.
We're here, Cloud! Miss Shenyan, what are you...
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years.
Several... 100 years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations.
Yep, they've definitely been around...
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of Mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even doubt their authenticity any further, and I may...
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me.
An expert, you say? Oh, very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler?
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Shiryu! You got a new outfit! It looks great on you. Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too. Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, so...
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could, not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. Now, this expert you mentioned, when can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is! Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at... Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Shenyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
If it isn't Miss Shenyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a
Indeed, most serendipitous.
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Shenyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Shenyun. It would...
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I...
Huh! A preposterous accusation! The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such—
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capability—
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest! What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course. Then, in that case, Miss Shenyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant!
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to...
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular...
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a...
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly...
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's heart. This city is much changed from how it was.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Huh! Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
It should be a most...
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li. He...
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli. That should be everyone, right? Let's go! Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause...
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be...
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
The sound of the waves in this familiar port, the smell of the sea breeze.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why did...
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a
Huh. It's true. Ganyu seemed to be...
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing It put me in a certain mood. Similar to the one I felt during my training in Juyun Karst, in fact.
Is that... It is! It's Lady Ganyu. I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so...
Lady Ganyu? Why are you calling her that?
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tian. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tian is a member of the Liyue Qixing.
What? This grandpa is the same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guys. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old...
Uncle Tian is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
What an honor to receive such high praise from Lady Ganyu.
Uncle Tian, please. A person of your standing should really stop calling me
My apologies. It's not intentional, just a habit from my... Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
Oh, so you've been friends for...
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary.
Talking about secretaries... I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe...
Yes, she works at Yuehai Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown. May I trouble you to meet her at Yuehai Pavilion? She just needs...
With pleasure. Solving the Qixing's problems has always been in my job.
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then, to Yuehai...
Don't think too much about it. My daughter really needs Ganyu's help, and there's nothing more to it.
I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these cases.
Indeed, it has been a while, Weishin. I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yuehai Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also...
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing. There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of 2 stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I quit without any evidence, my hands are...
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be...
Well, is there any...
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way, then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to the...
In that case... I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu. Miss Ganyu plans to let them expose each other.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is...
Yes, you're right.
Aha! We meet again, traveler. And you must be. I suppose you're about to place a big...
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept, or should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my...
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Tax records?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to...
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read line by line and word. Here I found that exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction.
I told you so. Just as I
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this...
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters...
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chinksa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Balai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the
I'm afraid I can't go to Chinksa.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your...
Oh, that's so considerate of you.
Ah, welcome, welcome. How can an old...
King's a real...
Hey, I heard that.
Paimon's...
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Ah, don't worry. Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well,
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can. But I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here. As for old documents and such, I keep them all. But some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be best to get...
So that's what happened. I see.
I'll leave you to it then. I need to get back to work.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice. Time for us to show our...
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers.
Oh, Paimon sees them too! It's one of the Fatui!
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse!
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue, we won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. You need not worry. Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. My intuition as the secretary...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a lesson!
Frostbite. Frozen.
Everybody stand back! Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
It's time for Flash Freeze. Oh, you scoundrel!
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paid. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui...
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well...
About to...
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such...
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Jinxa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What could I be...
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like...
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also feel that he's telling the truth. I misjudged the situation and offended you. My apologies. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of Civil...
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us for two...
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may...
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice, then?
I'll get back to my berries.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work.
No worries. It's always nice to teach them.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's warehouse. Our goal...
Burn!
Better than nothing.
So this is the warehouse. Sounds like those troublemakers were nothing more than a few hand churls. Let's show them what we got.
Let the mighty be humbled! Settle down!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
The tides beckon. Silence!
Illusion shattered!
Bow your head.
Ha! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
All clear! Quick, let's look around for the invoice. This one is an invoice from One Min Restaurant. Some dining tables and chairs. That's not it. This one is Wangsheng Funeral Parlors. Oh, so they make coffins too! This one is Second Lives! We finally found it! Let's bring this invoice back to Hoishin!
Take them. I have no need.
Ms. Ganyu, you're back. I hope it wasn't too much trouble rushing
I promise to help you, and I'll keep my word. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction. Agreed.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuehai Pavilion? I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What?
He's talking without rhyme. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice. I'm Master Lu.
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little... I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just...
my father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position. That's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so... I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's... So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it...
I can see it now. Clearly, I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had.
Ganyu solved both Huishin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must...
that's not necessary.
Then let me...
Alright, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixi.
Actually, I've already booked... Ms. Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the 2 of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure.
That's so kind. Oh?
No.
With pleasure.
Even though I've only just...
I didn't know that you think so highly of...
However, I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself.
I disagree.
Over the years... At first, but after...
So...
You'll help her. It'd be such a beautiful... If it's not too much to ask...
Huishin, witnessed. It's true that I've witnessed, but Huishin, you've made me... They rely...
Hooray!
Even if I won't let you... Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already?
Baisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep? Look who's back!
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you 3 are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long.
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human.
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course.
Oh, finally.
Yes. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be... To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of... I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I accompanied you on one of your trips?
Sure, but are you ever...
Let's cross that bridge when we come...
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Could it be true, what I've heard?
Is it just Paimon, or is there something weird about those hilly trails over there? Paimon thinks so too. We've seen plenty of hilly trails. Uh-oh. This is right by the Wangshu Inn. Now that we've seen... These super evil hilly trolls are more difficult to defeat than the usual kind, too. Hey! Seems like people are gathering over there. Oh, wonder what they're doing. Whoa! See that guy in the mask? He scared off all the hilly... Oh, you mean like Xiao? But the magic... Ahem.
Please, if you're here to thank me, there's no need. Cleansing the world of evil is the duty of the Adepta. Wait, who are you? One had assumed you were followers, but on closer inspection it seems that we have not met.
My name's Paimon, and this is my son.
Then it is right that our paths coincide. The one before you is the Adeptus, Master of Stars. Though one is better known, one descended from one's mountain abode to cleanse the world of evil, whereupon fate saw fit that our paths should cross. Now, tell me that which you wish for.
Our wishes? Paimon thought that the Adepti and Leela were just really good in battle. You mean you can grant people's wishes?
There are different levels of Adepti. Are not the stars lofty? Yet, it is unbecoming of an Adepti to boast of one's powers. One would have you first speak to one...
Have you seen the Master of Stars in action? I believe that now. There is finally some hope. Watching him use it not long ago. Once it was boiled, Adepti medicine. Sure, you have to make...
The Millilith don't really need to do shifts when the Master... reason it didn't...
Finally, a life full of hope and purpose. Oh, hard after my feet, but then I can't explain. I'm so...
What do you think? One's adherents may exaggerate a little, but they... Surely you jest. There was once a senior Adeptus. All things are connected. In other...
Nope. It makes them way more complicated. But...
Indeed. You are
Okay.
Oh? You need but ask.
Hey, isn't that a bit inappropriate?
Indeed. One wanders among mortals, doing good and cleansing evil. One reveals...
Got it.
Now then, what are your wishes?
Now, hold on a second. What about your sister?
This is a common mortal sentiment. That you hail not from Liyue is manifest in your appearance. So be it. This wish is not... But first, one must see some proof.
What's that supposed to mean?
The way of the Adepti cannot be grasped from words alone. One must seek the profound truths that...
What do we do? Paimon doesn't understand him at all. Oh, that's right! Some of those believers mentioned that they had to pay a pretty... Well, Paimon's not forking over. You don't even have a vision. Hey, why don't we make him a taste No one can resist the temptation of good food. Can they? Yep, a tasty snack is sure. Why don't we head over?
I still have some
You need not fret.
So, you'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guard?
Yes. Here, and keep.
Oh, aren't you generous?
Hey, isn't that, Star Snapper? What a coincidence running into him again. Did you hear the name of the book he just bought? Was it Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti? Well, anyway, it was definitely a book about the Adepti. Why would an Adeptus want to buy a book about himself? Really? What's so fishy about him? Huh. That's a good point. None of the other Adepti... Paimon thinks we should check out that book. Maybe we'll find out something about this guy that we can...
So, are you buying or not?
Of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti.
Huh. Since when did that old chestnut become a bestseller? You're a rare breed of youngster if this is what you like to read. But you should be able to find a copy.
This is the one! Let's see what it's all...
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of evil loomed large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world, manifesting in infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, monsters, and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons. They swore an oath. Restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this, we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost Yakshas, death came to 3. While the 4th vanished without a trace. In the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on moonlit nights, in the glow from Guyon, and in the sound of the Dihua flute, is his memory preserved.
This book is about the Yakshas, a group of Seems like a pretty niche topic. Was there anything that's... So, there used to be 5 main Yakshas, but do you think that it could have anything to do with that stuff? No, surely not. He doesn't... The book says that the wrathful spirits of the gods defeated all of which sound pretty. Do you think those super evil hilly churls we saw earlier were the mutate? The book says that the yakshas poisoned by... Yep, Paimon thinks we've already... So back to the matter at hand. Now to head back to where this all started and commence our investigation. Let's part the fog of... To be honest, Paimon actually hopes he is a real... Alright.
Rain, if only you could cleanse the corrupt souls of this world.
Flee at my command, foul demons! Flee! Why won't you?
Uh-oh. Looks like Star Snatcher's in trouble, and there are innocent bystanders here, too!
Illusion shattered!
Oh, I don't get it. Why didn't the Sigil of Permission do anything? Has the evil aura of these hilly churls grown in...
Sigil of Permission, huh? Now why does that sound familiar? Right! It's a keepsake of the Adepti, so it must still contain traces of their power! No wonder he was able to scare those monsters away earlier!
What are you two babbling on about? One is merely underslept, meaning that ones were one but given another opportunity.
Well, as it happens, there goes another bunch of evil hilly churl.
One suddenly feels ill at ease. Surely one has overexpended one's adeptal powers. Other...
So you were just bragging after all! We were right to be Come on, Traveler. Looks like it's up...
Let's light it up!
Oh, it's that Conqueror of Demons again! No wonder. Paimon was just wondering who could have made
It's you. I remember you. I was purging some living beings that had been tainted by the demonic. It would appear that I have caused you some trouble.
Huh? He isn't usually this public. You are exercising demons! How is that causing...
That is because the changes that occurred in these monsters stem from me. Or more
Mutations? Karma? Oh, does that mean... Yeah! Paimon remembers that Xiao is also called... So...
I see. You must mean that piece of literati fan fiction from a few hundred years ago. All things are impermanent, and to exist is to suffer. We Yakshas have... My comrades who have passed on would see your tears as a stain upon their legacy.
Oh...
It matters not. In any case, I am on my way to purge a cavern of demonic influence, so we shall part ways here.
Wait! Take us with you! We'll be a big help!
No need. I am used to fighting alone. And in any case, these mutations originated from me.
Well then... Oh, Consider it Paimon's penance for being accident.
Well, come on then.
So, Xiao, you've been suffering from the bad karma all this time?
Suffering is my price to pay for eons of endless slaughter. I have come to accept this. But in recent years, other living things have suffered when the burden should be mine alone to bear. I must reflect on this.
Ooh, this place gives Paimon good.
I will use the ritual known as the Bane of All Evil. To relieve this, you must remain calm. Do not allow yourself to be affected by the lingering wrath of bygone gods. Worthless! Here! Boring! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here!
Bane of all evil. That must be the power you got for being a vigilant yaksha, right? Paimon's just realized that you only wear your mask when you're fighting the bad guys. But that Star Snatcher guy wears his mask the rest of the time too.
Star Snatcher? I am aware of no Adeptus by such a name.
So he is a fraud! Well, we'll continue this discussion later. You should focus on your battle for now.
Worthless! Here! Boring! Useless! Worthless! Useless! Here! Worthless! Here! Useless! Here! Boring! Here! Worthless! Useless! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Here! It is good that we came here. An unusual number of living things had fallen under infernal influence. Now,
Ooh!
an Adeptus who grants wishes.
As an adept?
The Liyue millennia ago. However feeble people...
Oops. Paimon spoke with... Oh, one more thing? That fake Adeptus has a sigil of permission.
Wait. Truly? Fool. Exorcising demons without If this continues, things may spiral out of even my control. We must confiscate his sigil of permission.
Great minds think alike! Paimon agrees, and it just so happens that we've got a real Adeptus with us too! If Xiao were to teach Star Snatcher a lesson, you can bet he'll never—
No. I only slay demons. I do not kill mortal.
Who said anything about killing him?
It would certainly benefit Liyue if we could convince him to cease his wicked ways. I possess an art called Dream Trawler. It is normally used to separate the soul from the body, that one might cultivate oneself, but it can also be—
Whoa! Now that's a real Adepti art for ya!
A ritual must be performed for this art to be used. Assist me in gathering a few items. A censer, 7 lamps, and something to reduce the temperature.
Reduce the temperature. Oh, but as for the censer and the 7 lamps...
Do you know of the 2 Yaksha statues that stand guard beside a merchant road on the southern face of Mount Tianheng? The ancestors of the people of Liyue built shrines there to honor the Yak. Once you have...
I wonder when I'll be as...
The spirit soars the mountains high, while the body rests at...
Sorry to interrupt you, but...
Well, I'll be. A pair walk into...
We know it...
For the dream I have been in this perhaps as a...
Wow.
It matters. They serve little purpose here, in any case.
Ooh, this temple will probably have the kinds of sensors and lanterns that Xiao wanted us to pick up. This sensor... At least it isn't as run down as the shrine. So next, we just need to grab... We've got all the ones we can use now. But let's say bye to that guy before we leave, shall we? Huh? Where'd he go? He was right here!
I presumed that once you had acquired what you came for, you would
It's that guy!
My physical form ceased to exist over 1,000 years ago. What you witnessed earlier was... Now that you have taken the 7-star lamps and sensor used in the mortal lingering ritual, my form is no longer visible to you. I was once a junior in the Order of the Yakshas. Today is the anniversary of my death. My last wish was to see a modern Liyue, and so I took the liberty of performing this ritual here. That aside, you were sent here by the Conqueror of Demons, were you not?
So...
I sense his... Even after all these millennia, he still must endure such tremendous suffering.
Don't say that, Pervases. You sacrificed your life.
Life is a...
Pervase?
The mortal lingering will not last much longer. Take care, you... By way of...
Huh? We should get go...
Have you gathered the items for the ritual? This sense...
Oh!
Pervasive. As I thought, it seems that he could not leave Liyue behind, either. Well then, place the sense... Yes, this will do. Now, there are 4 steps...
Seems like a real rigmarole.
Adepti arts are the product of millennia of study by Adepti. Do not dismiss their mystical workings as rigmarole. Failure to take this seriously could cause the technique to devour one's own body.
Stop talking! I'm sorry!
When offering the incense, we place the incense into the censer with reverence for Rex Lapis in our hearts. Meditation is to empty ourselves of trivial thoughts, and to focus. Then we shall recite the incantation in a loud voice. Devayaksha! Finally, we will loose an arrow towards each of the Yaksha statues to enlist their authority for our contract. If all goes well, Star Snatcher's soul will be brought. If you have no other questions, let us be...
Then we meditate. Paimon really doesn't want to think about that fraud. Bring forth sin! It looks like the Yaksha statues are glowing at the waist. So we just fire 1 arrow each at the glowing parts, right?
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising.
Let's go gather some samples. Yeah.
We finished the ritual! And...
Close enough. Leave the rest to me. You two get ready to greet him.
Where is one? Huh? You two look familiar. What's with one's body? One feels light, weightless. Dead. Impossible. One was just lying in peaceful repose at Wangshu Inn. Wait, that must be it. Of course it must. As expected, one must indeed be in a dream.
There's no helping this guy, is there?
Huh? What is the meaning of this? Do you truly think that one will...
Alright, time to take him down.
One with the forest.
Such impertinence. Where are one's followers when one needs them?
Yeah.
Keep up. Yeah. I hear everything.
Hey, stop it! Stop it! Ow! What's happening? Is this really not a dream? Please stop! I surrender! I surrender! No! No, never again. Oh, how did I ever have the misfortune to meet you two? Please, Great Adepti, spare my life.
We did call your spirit here, but we're not Adepti. He, however...
You deceive the masses with quackery. Masquerade as an Adeptus. Exorcise demons without exterminating them. And display a callous lack of regard for... One day, you will reap that which you have sown. For those who invite the infernal into their lives, there is no redemption.
You're...
Seems like Shell's got him
Oh, Great Adeptus. Might I ask your name? It really is you. It's truly you. Never in my life did I imagine that I'm...
You know about Shell?
Of course. My grandfather was a folklorist. I learned the tales of the conqueror of demons at his knee. To this day, I'm an avid collector, but ever since I discovered a sigil of permission while rummaging... At first, I was...
Huh. So to sum you up...
Yes. Thank you both for allowing me to witness the conqueror of demons in the flesh. It's like a dream come true.
That wasn't...
Please, allow me to swear this oath before the... I swear to turn away from evil, to live an honest life, and to never...
I will remember your oath. Now...
Thank you. 1,000 thanks for your forgiveness. And for all...
He seemed very earnest when he was making that oath there. Guess he won't be... Oh, wait. We haven't gotten the sigil of permission back yet. Let's head over to Wang Shuin first thing tomorrow and look for him.
Star Snatcher. You mean the false Adeptus who wore a mask? He signed in here under the name Wang Ping An. He's already checked out. He said he wished to go on a solo pilgrimage.
Ah, yes. He also requested that I give this letter to a traveler who journeys together with a
Talking fairy? Who's that?
Well, anyway, you must be the traveler. Here's the letter.
How strange that he would leave a letter for. Come on, open it. Paimon's curious. Huh? Seems like he actually left us a few nice trinkets. Along with... Woohoo! Paimon hasn't met a bad guy like him in a long time. Yeah. Anyway, let's go take this...
Let me guess where you're from.
We got the sigil of permission back. Do you want to take it?
You have my thanks.
May I take your order, sir?
1 grilled tickerfish.
Certainly. We'll prepare it for you.
Huh. No almond tofu this time?
Tickerfish was Pervasi's favorite dish. I just wanted to see how it tastes.
Huh.
By wave and storm I hunt for fish. By wind and snow I slay evil. Was there anything else? I am accustomed to eating alone.
Uh-huh. And so, Detective Paimon... Paimon scared or anything. It's just that this is how lots of scary stories go. You're in an empty place. Ah! Quick, do something! Paimon's intuition says that anyone we run into here is going to be fine if he gets us. He's...
Who are you? Beyond the heavens? A strange way of putting... Don't try to scare me. I'm just here for a funeral. I don't mean to offend. No matter who you are, there's no need for...
Whew. Seems he's just your average scaredy cat. He looks more afraid than Paimon. Ah! I'm not! Paimon's super friendly. Don't be afraid. We come in peace.
Gods protect me!
No! Stop freaking out and...
Relax! Yes, whatever you say. Please stay your hand. Don't come any closer. I mean you no harm. Don't touch me!
Hey! Paimon already said nothing's gonna... Was it something Paimon said? Let's go after him. He might do something stupid.
Director! There's a ghost after me!
Oh? Don't get too excited. These are clients, not ghosts. Exactly! We said we're not ghosts. Why won't you calm down and let us explain? Although, clients doesn't...
Forgive me. This is one of our new undertakers, Mung. It's his first time working a funeral, so of course he's afraid of his own shadow.
Funeral... Oh! The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor! Zhangli is a consultant there.
Oh, you know Zhangli? Well, that saves me a lot of I'm Hu Tao, the current director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, responsible for, trifling matters having to do with immortality. A satisfying trade to be in, though, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is well known around town. Whatever the request, I'd be glad to hear it.
Yeah, if we were looking for Wangsheng Funeral...
Ah, but you see, I wasn't referring to clients in the business sense. Everyone who enters this mortal realm will be a client of mine. Sooner or later.
Well, that's dark.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor welcomes advanced reservations. When you choose us, you'll never have to worry about what might be, but be sure to book the right date. Pro tip, it is a living nightmare trying to get flowers at... Speaking of dates, if you're struggling to decide, please do come and talk it over. I'd hate to see you still alive and kicking when your big day comes.
Whoa! Slow down! That's... There's a lot to unpack here.
You'll have to excuse her. The director is a rather... We'd heard that there'd been some supernatural activity at Wuwang Hill. To restore calm here, we performed a funeral ceremony. It went very smoothly. According to the director, we shouldn't be expecting any more issues in the near future.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, Wuwang Hill, funeral. What more is there to say? These three belong in the same sentence. You two on...
Maybe you're...
Advent? Then you are...
Would?
That's just how...
But I've just only...
Well, that's because... Oh, take a look. Clients like these deserve better treatment. Taking an interest... Oh, touched a nerve, did I? Anyway, I have a favor to ask. This seems like something right up my alley. You see?
When did we... Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The ones who no longer speak. Oh, did she mean talking to the dead? She's a weird one.
You again. Look, I told you, we're not interested in the—
Come on, there's no reason to get upset. Look, one of your members is an avid supporter of my proposition. Oh, since our last negotiation, I've come up with a new proposal, which I think you'll find has far more— First things first, Wangsheng, that's not a—
I don't think you're hearing me.
Okay, all right. I get it. You want to bargain a little more. But our offer as it stands is already— Just think about it. An adventurer's life is full of unexpected threats. It's only natural to take precautions. Mend the roof before it rains, as they say.
Yeah, no. I'm not so sure that saying applies. Speaking of precautions, I'd rather focus on keeping my adventurers safe in the first place. It's time for you to go. I have to attend to other matters.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, what would you say to a group discount? 30% off for parties of 10?
Director, please, you did your best. We don't need another clash with the Millilith.
If Paimon understood all that correctly, it seems like she's trying to sell them the funeral parlor services.
Yeah, nothing left to do. Rejecting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's their loss. Some things are inevitable. It's only a matter of time. Seems like the old ways are the most reliable after all. Mung, are you done preparing our promotional—
My apologies. I'm only about halfway through.
Trust me, they're going to work. Clients and I fulfill the although—
No, Director, I'm not asking about the wooden tiles
Wangsheng funeral business I put up, then I
Well, that doesn't come as a—
And finally, so now, the other they may not need it right away, but they can be sure that when they do— Alright, Mung, keep adding those special— Oh, I get it is true, but in doing so— You must be the—
Nada!
Well, I wouldn't get the director—
Her? We should keep going. Let's go find—
That's settled then. Write it like this. Wangsheng funeral— I love it. Better than all that lifeless brochure stuff. We want people to feel warm and fuzzy.
But Director, isn't lifeless the name of the game in this industry?
That's old hat.
What?
Poor guys, give it.
Right, we should get going.
We?
Who else? Do you see anyone else around here? Oh, well.
Stop adding little.
Just a joke. Sorry. Everything you see is everything that's present. For the moment, at least. Lighten up. What people truly feel. Oh, baseless fantasies. What we've ended up with is a topic. Oh, more approachable and appeasable than you'd imagined?
I wouldn't say that. Let's just say at least it didn't hurt us.
You must have come across a particularly ferocious entity. How should I put this? Most spirits are incapable of harming ordinary folks. The job of... Then... You make it sound so abominable. I know... Alright, let's get...
Director, wait! What about Big G?
Big G? Who's that?
Oh, nothing. Just something Mung's been pleading with me to take care of.
Where are we going?
To visit an important potential client. I'll lead the way.
Sorry, who are you?
Hello, I'm Hu Tao, director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Okay, so why would someone from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor be looking for me?
Nothing major. How are you feeling these days? Any aches or pains? You shouldn't ignore them, by the way. Very often they're an omen of something terminal. When we're healthy, it's easy to forget the crushing fragility of life. So, aches and pains, best to keep an eye on them.
What are you getting at? I'm in great health and enjoying life very much, thank you. Go and find some other poor soul. Goodbye.
Why do they get angry? What's wrong with a few earnest health tips?
Paimon thinks it's because they're coming from the director of a funeral parlor.
And you are? Be quick.
Hello there. Would you be interested in understanding...
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I'm not in need of your services. So you're out here looking for new customers? Don't you think this might be a bit of a crass way of going about it?
Hardly. Isn't this the fashion these days? Bring this...
I'm not sure it's every... Anyway, please bother someone else if you don't mind.
Another failure.
Paimon's curious. Does this approach ever work out for you?
Stand before it, alone and unchanging. I know your face. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor director, right? I'm sorry, I'm really in no need of it.
Don't apologize. Get to know us. we've got a new sale going. Ever hear the saying, out with the old, in with the new? Well, going out with a bang is the best.
If you keep talking like this, I'll have to call.
No. Okay, relax. But Wangsheng Funeral Parlor awaits your...
You really don't give up, do you?
Are you trying to make me... Well, thank you. Seems you understand me far better than most people.
Not really. This is just getting really uncomfortable.
Business development? Is that what you see this? Surely you don't think all...
Then what was it exactly? Traumatization for its own sake?
No. The business development ended after the discussion with the Adventurers Guild. I was helping to find somebody for Meng. You remember Big G? As it turns out, the Big G that Meng is looking for is a ghost adrift in the mortal realm. The three we saw just now were all people I suspected of being followed by Big G, but having seen them, I didn't sense the presence of anything otherworldly. So we just had a quick chat, and I left it at that.
Why didn't you say so? Paimon thought you had some kind of sixth sense for
Huh? What would I need that kind of ability for? Were you seriously hoping that the director of the...
Paimon was trying to subtly imply that...
Well, let's leave that for now and head back to...
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
See some action. Bored. Want to see some action. Want to see some action.
Mung, I'm back.
I see. Well, I'm just sorry for the trouble. We've already
Who is this Big G anyway?
I guess I should start at the beginning. Big G was... I've never forgotten. But recently, I can't help but wonder... Did I disturb him somehow? Perhaps. How would I...
And in fact, but
are you sure?
you see what I mean? Those people we've...
Wong Hill?
Sorry, excuse me. Is this Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? My name's Le Chung. I've had this awful feeling recently. Some of my friends and I went to... I think that...
Say no more. There's no doubt it's a demonic curse.
You believe so too? That it's just like they say in the tales of old. And if the curse and the symptoms I'm...
Wong Hill?
Hold your horses. Isn't that it?
Wangsheng...
All right. However, come with me, my trusty...
I guess I'll...
Help him make the when you're ready.
Okay,
Right.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Ritual. Wait, you didn't take all that vengeful god's curse. You saw those too. I've seen two and the best.
Why would you? Paimon just want.
Because you can't guarantee the telling it. What I can't make sense. Do you know the history of the Yaksha? They once fought against the ancient gods. That resentment the plague took. Then some.
Paimon did.
Yes. To sum it up, we are. So when I. You're finally here! Now, look here. But don't worry. The Traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety. Oh, right. I forgot to—
Will that—
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo, but she's serious about it.
How can you call me? All right, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant, please activate the device.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
There is no escape!
Verdict is...
I'm counting on you!
Be sanctified. An oversight on my part.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Shine down!
How are you feeling? Did the curse leave your body?
Yes. I can't express...
Great. This exorcism device? People like you wouldn't recognize it, but it's just an old Layla. And those were real monsters, not a manifestation of... So riddle me
The curse? Was? Then why was I sick?
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad, or just scared yourself?
How unexpected.
I also didn't expect that, but... still, I'd like to thank you.
Don't mention it. I found a way to deal with your fears this time, but I can't do it over and over again, so I'd appreciate it if you try not to give in to superstitions in the future. Human life is short. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Wow. what a weird thing to say. I shall head back. I'm sorry for troubling you.
I feel relieved to see that it wasn't Big G's doing. However, unless he crosses the border, there will be no end to his antics. Since we are done with the matter at hand, can we resume our search for Big G?
I believe that won't be needed. He found us first.
Big G?
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
This is Big G? He's just a child?
Oh, well, he is a spirit. It's quite normal that he looks... Let's bring him back.
What's happened? Paimon's not even sure what's going on anymore.
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Remember what I said? It was a twist.
Actually...
Huh?
Don't ever question...
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came. I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone. A few days ago, some people came...
Oh, I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to death.
Yeah, Hu and Meng were searching for you all over the place.
Oh, that's because I couldn't find them. It's my first time in Liyue Harbor, and I got lost in the city.
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction. When we were kids, he'd never go down the hill by himself. We always had to lead him.
So, all of this was just because you got lost? Why didn't you just fly? Like any other ghost or spirit? Don't you think it's much easier to find your way from up above?
I can't. It's too high for me. I'd get scared.
That's right, yes! He used to be so afraid of heights that he wouldn't even so much as look down the hill. You haven't changed a bit.
I knew I wasn't supposed to show my... I wouldn't have found you if it weren't for the leyline monolith's call.
I'm so relieved that you haven't become an evil spirit.
Like I said, don't ever doubt my professional instincts. Now, all we have to do is escort this lost child back to Wuang Hill, and we should be done and dusted.
But he just said he wanted to visit his friends. Apart from me, there's also Little Wu, Moo Moo, and Song.
Well, if that's Meng and I will escort Big...
They're all friends?
I wouldn't want ordinary folks, so be careful.
Are we really going with Hu Tao's plan? At least by keeping things low-key, we won't be giving anyone nightmares.
Oh, you. Sorry, I won't be needing the funeral parlor's services anytime soon. Yes. We grew up. I don't know why, but he must have had. Did he tell you?
Yeah, he did. Just, theoretically speaking. We're just being hypothetical.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like no other. I can make it for you. I'm sure he'd appreciate.
Yeah, just.
Julian chilies are a Great. This should be enough. I'll get started when everyone's...
Great!
Listen, let me tell you how it is.
Not you again. I told...
Mung told us about you. You're good friends, right?
That's true, yes. Come to think of it, I remember it didn't take long for his good friends to figure out why. But I know there's... So...
How did you know?
Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and thinks I must be here. Today.
Wow, you...
So, having... I see. I've got an errand...
You're all here.
Reminiscing about old times. Thinking back to past events.
Our hometown was...
They've just been... I make art a few days ago. I've ordered...
Seems like you were...
Skulking around.
Hi, we're here to pick up the prostrate shards for Sansa.
I think she mentioned it. Yeah, the prostrate shards are over.
Doesn't seem like they're here. Let's look someplace else. These look like what Sansa was talking about. Let's head back.
My thanks to both of you. Okay, I wrote all 5 of no matter.
As for the matter of Big G...
And that the things we want...
Thank you! Big G is... We got everything we need! Let's go to Wuwang Hill and find Hu Tao and the others!
I suppose this will do.
You're back already? Sooner than I expect? You didn't go spilling the beans, did you, Paimon?
Does Paimon look that unreliable?
I'm nevertheless when it comes, which explains why they were reluctant to pry and find out the full story. Guard the border between...
So what about us?
Of course not. And where we're going, don't be... All of it exists within the... Whatever you do, don't get up. So listen to everything I...
Paimon's scared, but like Hu Tao said... Wow! What is this place?
Somewhere close to death, but not like the hell or underworld from the tales of old. This is just a place where the ley lines tend to go a little bit haywire.
That pattern looks familiar.
From the right angle, you can make out the whole thing.
Oh, just like last time!
Bow your head.
Let's light it up!
Time for retribution!
This place doesn't feel at peace.
That's why it's named the Border. You can't just whatever you please. You need to have a little... How do people normally put it? Pomp and ceremony?
I'm pretty sure that's not how people put it.
By the way, I imagine Adventurers Guild members are good at making order of things. See if you can find a way to get the right things into the right places. Usually it requires a bit of destruction as well as elemental reactions. On your marks.
You talking to us?
Silence!
There is no escape!
Bow your head.
Settle down!
The tides beckon.
your head.
To oblivion! Illusion shattered! Insolent!
Verdict is... Time for retribution!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Settle down!
This looks the same, but there aren't enough. So confusing. Let's have a look around.